Hey friends, welcome to the Aerocrow Show. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newest game on my backlog, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. This game came out not too long ago, and I finally started to dig in after putting the finishing touches on my first playthrough of Uncharted 4. Valkyria Chronicles came highly recommended to me, as I'm a fan of both strategy RPGs and World War II history. It's got an interesting visual style. It's like the love shot of a Miyazaki film and Band of Brothers. I really like the way it looks, and I really dig the cel-shaded, kind of pencil-drawn design to it. Dialogue's fairly decent so far. I've only had to cringe a few times. The performances are not terrible. I've definitely heard worse. The story so far follows Welkin as he returns home to the Kingdom of Gallia. It's the only neutral territory in this war, and it happens to be where the greatest amount of this this element Ragnite, which is where what the two sides of the war are fighting for. So this is the opening scene of the third or fourth mission? Anyway, back to the story. The Empire, which is kind of like the Axis power, if you will, have invaded, and it's up to Welkin and his friends to fight off this invasion. The cutscenes do a pretty good job of setting the stakes for each battle. There's a fair bit of like character development, things like that going on as well. I also like how, as you'll see, all the cutscenes are presented as chapters in a book. So it's kind of the record of this war. Each battle is also a chapter. Take a look here in a second. So Welkin, he just got a tank. The mission right before this, a tank kind of rolled in and we had to retreat. And it was actually kind of a tense battle. So now Welkin and the team have got a tank, which was sitting in Welkin's garage, which is a little bit too much like Jericho for my taste, but we're going to let that one slide. Rolling on down the road here. Here's that kind of book format I was talking about. To each one of these little pictures is a cutscene or a battle. So we're going to go ahead and select the next episode. So the mission briefings do a really excellent job of introducing the objectives. You get kind of where the enemy's coming from, what's going on. You get a good tactical awareness of the battlefield. You see like a map of the play area here. It really sets the tone for each mission. The battles themselves are broken up into turns. Each side gets a set of command points, or CP, and they can spend that CP to activate units. Individual units cost 1 CP. So far, as you'll see, tanks cost 2. And any CP not spent each turn gets added to the next turn. Once you spend your CP, you can activate a unit, and we can spend each unit's AP or action points to move around the battlefield and attack, defend, heal, things like that, your typical stuff. So it's kind of like strategy, like that top-down, let's take a look and see where we are, what's going on. But then you kind of move into this 3D to move around. It's a little tense because when you're moving around in 3D, you don't see that map. You can bring up a little map, but a mini-map. But just getting to see, like, you might get surprised by an enemy, like, turning around a corner, things like that. Battles end up being a little tense. I'm only in the beginning here, so they're not too terrible. So this is Alicia. She's a member of the, kind of like the National Guard. We're going to toss a grenade to blow up these sandbags here. I was trying to get both of these sandbags blown up, and I fail just miserably. Like the blams, and you just see the rat-a-tat-tat. It's got a very kind of 1960s Batman style of sound effects. So you jump around and select your different units. You can go into shoot mode, so here You kind of aim for the enemies. If you get a headshot, they're harder to land, but they do more damage. Body shots, obviously, easier to land. Controlling is a little bit funky sometimes, like trying to get this guy to jump over the sandbags here. Kind of annoying. So you can crouch behind, take cover. This protects you from enemy attacks a little bit. It makes it harder for them to hit you. You can see those lines or sight lines, so you can see who can look at you, who can see you. As you're running by, you'll see a little bit later, enemies taking pot shots at you as you're moving, so you have to take that into effect as well. You really do, like in a real battle, you want to run from cover to cover. And when your turn's done, it's the enemy's turn, so they go in, you'll see they move around, they have a lot more CP than you do. So you watch their tank come in, and as it plays out, you don't have control over your people here, but they just kind of counterattack any available opportunity to attack somebody. I think most of my kills come from during the enemy turn, but I'm still getting used to the system, so it's not too terrible. So this game came out a while ago. Well, I guess it came out just maybe about 2 weeks ago for the PS4, but it originally came out a few years ago, and I missed it when it first came out. It was kind of on my radar, but I never really took the plunge, and I kind of regret it now. But the remastered version here, it's a great entry point. It's got all the DLC, which I believe never came out in the States. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But I'm really glad I picked it up. It was I got the steelbook case off of Amazon, and yeah, I'm having a blast with it so far. I'm really excited to kind of get a little bit further in the game, dig deeper into the systems here. I'll probably do another video talk more about those deeper systems. So this guy was a commanding officer. That was at a icon that exploded. It's sometimes that's a victory condition, just kill the commanding officer. That causes the units to spread out, but here it's all about taking out this big tank. You can see I've bulked up my CP a little bit here, and you can see the different things I have equipped. So Alicia has a grenade and a healing potion. My Town Washington here is going to go and heal her. The Ragnade. You can see that bar at the bottom, this is AP, and the more you move around, the more that depletes. You'll see later that the tanks have a very small AP bar, and they cost quite a bit to use. So here's Alicia going for a grenade that's going to fail just absolutely miserably. I was really hoping to take out that guy and the sandbags behind him, but I didn't want to pop out of cover and get closer. You can see you kind of pop in and out of the kind of map view and the down on the ground view really quickly and easily. Battles have a good flow, and they don't take too much time. It's kind of a perfect game if you just want to spend maybe 20 minutes or a half hour just playing something real quick, just doing a mission or two, and then continuing on. Yeah, one of the nice things is I kind of don't see it too much in this video, but all of those in the pencil drawing map view, those are all 3D, so as you kind of pan around, you'll see like taller structures being closer to the camera. It's just overall a really nice visual package. I kind of like how the edges look like you're looking in the book. I don't know, just overall, I'm just really blown away by the style of this game. It looks really nice. Not the prettiest game. I think Uncharted 4, Ratchet and Clank, the new game based on the movie based on the game, look a little bit better. But this it just oozes style. It's here we go. We've got Welkin coming in on Edelweiss, the tank. And it's pretty awesome. You can just kind of plow through parts of the terrain here. You see I'm going to plow right through this boarded up fence. And again, I like that vroom. It just, it's so cool. Yeah, it's a galleon tank. Better run. Welkin's here.
Alicia, I'm sorry we're late.
Welkin, you have a tank?
We can talk later.
Just
Right now, we need to stop
has that
those
really
soldiers.
good anime style. Not that there's a really bad anime style, but it's definitely a style I personally prefer.
Take it down.
You can see turning here eats up a lot of AP. We're going to go ahead and spend 2 more CP and we're going to get this tank in range. These guys can take their pot shots at me. It's not doing any damage at all. Let's see, 4, 3, 4, 5 points of damage. I've got 2,008 points. They can't mess with me. And I'm just going to go ahead and activate one more time. I'm going to get this tank. I'm going to shoot the enemy tank in its weak spot. That bright bluing, the bright blue glowing spot on the back. It's the engine exhaust, the engine. Your units themselves, if they get behind the tank, they can do quite a bit of damage just with their rifles. You can also take out the tank treads as well, which halves their AP. You can see the body HP and the tread HP. Adding the tanks is the first battle where you get to kind of control the artillery, and it really does add another strategic layer, because you can keep, using that tank over and over again, but you're going to eat up your CP. But you also see using it as a moving cover for your units to hide behind. Every battle you get rated on a ranking system, S through F, which is the S rank, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. I was reading a walkthrough on GameFAQs, just taking a look at some of the things you had to do to get the S rank, and it doesn't seem easy, but it's, by all means, I think, completely doable. My only complaint so far is that you can't replay older missions to try and increase your rank. You can't really farm. So maybe that'll be unlocked later in the story. I hope so. There's nothing I kind of enjoy more than just farming in an RPG, but also, trying to, in a game like this, the least number of turns, or, keeping everyone alive. I like kind of setting these challenges for myself. There you can see the enemies are shuffling around. Sometimes you can't see where they're moving, so you see it's a shuffle, but you won't see the little enemy icon. Some pot shots. Yeah, so let me know what you all think of this game in the comments below. I'd love to hear what everyone thinks of the game. If you are playing it, is it your first time through like me, or did you play it originally, and are you kind of coming back to it? I'd like to know, if you are doing that, how it compares to the original compared to now. If you have any helpful hints or tips, you can leave them as comments below as well. I can, or will, need all the help I can get, because I get the feeling in the back of my head that it's going to get difficult later on as things get more and more complex and battles get bigger and bigger. But that about wraps up this Let's Play of Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. If you like this video, do me a favor and click that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment, tell me what you thought. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it. So as we bid Welkin and crew a good evening, I got a B rank, which is serviceable for me. And that's it. Alright friends, well I will see you next time. I hope you all have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.